Yes! Hey! We are back! We are back. Now, the thing you have been waiting for since the last kick of the 2013-14 Premier League season. No more pre-season. No more desperately seeking transfer rumours. The most overhyped, bloated, self-publicising and self-opinionated thing in football is back. No, not the Premier League. The Chelsea FanCast! Oh, hey! Yes! I am so pumped for it tonight. Loving it. Now, welcome to the Chelsea Football FanCast, fueled by Guinness, powered by Celery, the show that has come back to you fresh, hungry, lean and mean, with more biased opinion and silliness in the blue cause. Now, I am Stanford Chidge, and the name of tonight's show is the Chelsea Football FanCast, Balls Out in Burnley.
I don't get it.
Tumbleweed. I knew it. The first show of the season, and I get tumbleweed. I think that's terrible.
Balled out.
Balls out. Balls out. Anyway, I'll read this next bit and you'll understand why. Now, it was a top performance by a newish-look Chelsea in the grim north last night. Always a potentially tricky match first up, and a banana skin looked on the cards after they went 1-0 down. But thereafter, it was all Chelsea, as Mourinho seems to have found the balls that were missing from the side last season. See, now you understand the title.
Clever.
Right, a great debut from Fabregas and a debut goal for Costa, but does Courtois' selection mean the end for Chelsea legend Petr Cech? More of that later. Now, joining me tonight, we've got he's new, but he's not new. It's Seb. Seb, the man that I love on Twitter and who buys me lots of strong lager whenever I see him in the pub. It's true, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very true.
It's good to see you, mate.
Thanks
Lovely to see you.
Thanks.
We've got these kind of new faces, old faces. I love it. We've actually got with us a chap who you could compare him to a Werther's original, but he's an original Chelsea fancaster. He was on the first show with me 6 years ago, and he's my old mucker from Gate 17. And it is Dr. Mark.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, indeed. Yeah, good to see you, fella. Last but not by no means least, the incorrigible, the wonderfully bouffant hair tonight, and the old school 1970 Chelsea shirt wearing Jonathan Kidd. Oh no, don't show that. That is awful,
it's
man.
Not my bum.
This is pre-watershed.
Number 7.
You can't. No,
Showing number
I think you've had a number 1 down there, mate. Yeah.
Or number
Didn't
2.
you see the 7?
Like, Harryman's saying to me, don't show your rear end before the watershed. He's right.
Okay, I didn't mean to.
It's lovely. It's lovely to see
I'm
you.
trying to show you my Charlie Cook.
I know, Charlie Cook.
In fact, don't show it after the show.
Don't show it any time at all. And we're 3 minutes in, and already it's descended into anarchy and chaos. I love it. Now, we also have some benches tonight, of course, for the return of the season. Can we have a look at our benches, please? There we go. Look at them. Benches, do your job. Lovely. I mean, talking about old regulars, we've got them all there, mate. That is the hardcore team of the benches. We've got the gaffer. Hello. We've got Dan Silver.
Evening.
We've got Andy Silverman.
Evening,
He's got a bad back. You all right, fella?
Yeah, just about, mate.
Yeah, good. And you were at Burnley last night, weren't you?
I watched for my students, yeah.
Lovely stuff. He's almost... No, that's the benches, mate. And last but by no means least, he's got a late arrival, which means he's got the kind of the dodgy-looking stall at the back. Either that or he is, in fact, 3 foot taller than everybody else. I don't know. One Harry Baker! There's only one Harry Baker! One Harry Baker! How about that for an intro, H? Yeah, you loved it, didn't you? All right, enough of them. We'll see them later in the show, no doubt. Now, on the show tonight, we will be having a look at Ross's player ratings for the Burnley game, and we will be discussing the impact that Costa and Fabregas will have in the Chelsea side, and does the performance last night justify Chelsea as title favourites? And as I said earlier on, we'll also be looking at the Courtois selection, which might possibly mean the end of the line for the Chelsea legend that is Petr Cech. We've also got the fannies for this week for the Burnley game. We will be awarding our man of the match, chance of the match, Guinness and Celery moments for the first time this season. I cannot wait. And there are some crackers. And you'll know this because, of course, I put them up on our website, chelseafancast.com. And you now have precisely, I would say, about half an hour to get your votes in on the website. And it is chelseafancast.com/the-fannies. So go and have a look at that and go and vote. I do love it when you do. Now, special treat, as it's the first show of the season, we do have a few new slots for you, and the first of these will be an interview with a journalist, preferably one that we like, and that is no exception tonight because I'm delighted that we're going to have a chat with Henry Winter, who's the Daily Telegraph. Isn't he? Lovely.
Top man.
If we can get him on the phone, we'll be talking to Henry in part 4. about what he thinks of Chelsea's win last night and our title aspirations, no doubt. And of course, we're also going to have a chat with Nigel Seeley, who has been on before. He's a betting pundit. He's brilliant. Real hot tips to this man. And a great friend of the show. And he's going to tell us all about the bets and the value bets for Chelsea versus Leicester, and also the Chelsea outrights for this season. So that will be fun. Now, during the show, I need you to get involved. Otherwise, we're sitting here doing it all for no reason at all, really. So that means you need to get your fingers out and you need to be tweeting us at Chelsea FanCast on the old Twitter feed. And of course, you can also kind of listen to this as a radio show if you can't bear to look at our ugly mugs. And frankly, I wouldn't blame you at all. No. You know, if I was you, I would be listening, not watching. But if you are listening and not watching, you're doing it via the genius thing called Mixlr. So if you're on there, go to the chat room and you can ask questions, and I will try and remember to look at my phone and answer them for you. But that's mixlr.com/Chelsea-fancast. So there we go. Now, we're going to go straight into a bit of Ross's ratings for the Burnley game, I think.
Oh, that's quick.
Would you like to do that?
I love Ross's ratings.
Would you like to do that? I love Ross's ratings. They make me happy. That's about the most polite I can be, I think, of the pre-watershed. But I think Rabona springs to mind. I think that might, we had a bit of,
Rabona banter last night.
Yeah.
The failed Rabona that...
Anyway, enough. Okay. Now, we've got a little graphic for Ross's ratings. For the people that are new in the gallery, they're on a green background, okay, and they've got footballers' names on them. There we go. And round of applause for the new gallery for being on it. I love that. They can come any week they like. Now,
I know.
Now,
what I love about Ross's ratings, we can have a row about it.
We can. Yeah. Can I let you into a little secret tonight? Because I love Ross, and he is actually being very helpful in the gallery.
Yeah, of course he is.
I did these. So any comeback, it's to me.
But did you do it deliberately so that you knew that I'd take issue with it?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, they are, for those of you who can't see us or them, they are as follows. Courtois 6, Azpilicueta 6, Cahill 6, Terry 6, Ivanovic 7, Fabregas 9, 9, Matic 6, Hazard 7, Oscar 6, Schürrle 7, Costa 8, and the substitutes Willian 6, Mikel 6, Drogba 6. What do you think about those ratings?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What did you rate the other team at?
Oh, they all got about
sixes in there.
No, because I took my lead from Ross, who is not the most generous person in the world, and I looked at Sky Sports ratings, and they were all giving 7s and 8s, and I thought, no, I shall be mean and tight like Ross. I shall start as I mean to go on.
What do you give Czech for sitting on the bench?
11.
All right.
Obviously.
You could say that the 6 is right for Courtois, couldn't you? Because his kicking was dreadful.
Yeah, I was
he was asleep for the first goal, completely asleep.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit weird. You know, he ducked, didn't he?
He did. Well, but he looked at Ivanovic. I think he thought Ivanovic was going to clear it.
Well, that's a fairly good bet that Ivanovic would get in the way.
But that was all a bit peculiar.
Was a bit.
But then he did a fantastic save in the second half.
I'll tell you another thing.
I thought that save was up to Peter Cech standards.
That's the one he made. Yeah, it was.
A bit worrying.
Yeah, but I thought the save he did in the second half was very good, and I thought he commanded the box really well. We'll talk more about that later. But I mean.
He came for the high ones, all right.
The reason I gave the defence basically 6s apart from Branner was because they didn't really have much to do.
But does that mean that they get a look? Does that mean they get a look? Because JT was immaculate.
Yeah, but they didn't have to do much. I agree.
I know. Isn't there a default for 7 or something?
No, but I think it's a fair point, Jonathan. I think it's a fair point, but that's what I gave them. Now, Branner gets 7.
Fair, I think Caesar at Dave.
Caesar.
Yes, okay, whatever. Dave. Anyway, as Azpilicueta, he was poor. I thought he was poor. So I think you're right. I think 6 is right.
I'm going to concentrate more on the positives, Jonathan.
Okay, but I think 8 is too many for Costa.
I don't, because I thought Costa had a great debut and he scored a goal. It was a blinder because he absolutely walloped it. And I think the difference to the side it made, having a striker who makes intelligent runs, allowing the midfielder to come through, he deserved 8 for a debut. But I think, there's no argument in my mind that Fabregas was the man of the match.
Brilliant.
Great debut.
Marvellous.
I mean, here's a question for you, right? So particularly the older members. Have you noticed that the older people are on one side of the table, the younger, beautiful people on the other side of the table?
Well, we have inner beauty. Martin and I have inner beauty.
The line's there. I have less grey hairs than you. In fact, most of them are in my beard, really. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is this. The point is, can you remember a better debut in recent history than the one that Fabregas gave yesterday?
Maybe Mutu. But apart from that,
yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mutu,
But was he-
Mutu had assistance, I think, outside.
yeah.
If you know what I mean.
He was playing out of his.
No. Was he, did he have a
Good
cold?
debut, eh?
Did he have a cold?
Yeah,
He kept sniffing.
He had a bit of Lemsip,
Yeah,
Jonathan.
of course, that's what it was.
That's what they used to call it in the old days.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, the bottom line is that was a great debut in my
No,
opinion.
he was. Yeah.
You know, so I think that was fully deserved even. And
He was completely brilliant.
I'm really glad I signed him for my fantasy football team. I'm doing this kind of thing with the Fantasy Football League, and I got asked to do it by someone. He wants like all these kind of people who do the kind of stuff that I do, doing it, and they all laughed at me because I basically threw away all of my money on Hazard and Fabregas and JT, and that left me kind of too short as the strikers. I actually ran out of money before I could buy 3 strikers, and they laughed. And I said, "Well, I'm only doing what Chelsea do. I need 1 striker." Which, I thought it was quite good. Anyway, look, before we go to a break, Benches, I want to have a word with you. Are you happy with the ratings, Benches? No. Are you happy at all?
I thought Matic was a bit better.
Oh, you're thinking I'm being mean. I'm only following Ross's lead. All right, okay. I mean, you were there, Andy, though. It was a cracking game, wasn't it? Yeah, exactly. I thought it was a super start. But, I mean, it was Burnley, and it wasn't perfect. But I mean, they didn't have much to do with defence. That's why I gave them 6.
It's a banana skin, though, normally. That
Yeah.
kind of,
We might have lost that game
up
last
north,
year.
1 goal down, the crowd get behind them.
What do you reckon, Dan?
Yeah, I think it's a good start. Potentially 3-1, we did enough. Good quality first half, second half was containment. So, perfect start.
Good stuff. All right, fellas. Well, we'll speak to you later on. We're going to have to go to a break now already. It's gone past so quickly. We're almost at part 2. But we will see you in a very short nanosecond, and we'll be back with part 2 to discuss the Chelsea-Burnley game in more depth. We'll see you in a second.